Hello YouTube, thanks for watching me. Today is April 30th, 2015 and the topic is love, but from the perspective of a dream. In a dream, what woke me up was a Manuela's face, and before that a dream of a really beautiful world, and the message tell from the perspective of love when you love. So I'll try to stick with that, although my original topic I wanted to speak about a few days was a friendship from the perspective of loss, because I lost Fale as a friend. He used to be my best mate. Yeah, and when you lose a friend because he doesn't trust you, it's just painful. So I'll go to Manuela and the friendship. With Manuela, I experienced the deepest bond a soul can have with another soul on this planet. And that happens when you're young and you're a boy and she's a girl and you make love. It's beautiful. It's just like melting in another soul while making love and really being one and just feeling every part of my body, and everything just flows. It's not a sex, it's just making love, and it just goes. It's beautiful. Disappearing, melting, wanting to cry after it, wish to completely open myself to another person, and then the result in another person falling in love for me, writing songs, beautiful poems actually, one being rewarded locally, nationally, but it's been a beautiful song, poem, two of them, but one is really strong. And yeah, it's just, you're looking for yourself, you're looking and you find really peace of that heaven in another person, and then you fall in love. You just want more of it, and when it's not there, comes pain. So, now let's talk about anti-Manuela. Now let's talk about little Illuminati torpedo in your life called Janina, which came right the moment when we started to bond. Beautiful German girl with the crystalline eyes came into my life out of nowhere. She perfectly projected what I wanted to be. Unlike Manuela, which was actually afraid of me at the beginning because she was afraid what she's feeling. Janina was straightforward. We went out, we had a good time, and then she broke my heart. And then when I analyze past 4 decades and games which happened, I notice always same pattern. And this is little digression. Imagine 10 people going for camping. One of them will be Illuminati. Imagine 10 people coming from England to Eastern North Thailand as a Buddhist group. One of them was Illuminati. And when I talked to the group leader, which was okay, he said, yeah, she's weird. She was like throwing herself on monks and stuff. Okay. I just felt her. So, just a little digression. In every group, when you're doing something, they so gonna be there. They would not miss that forever. And then, with that division, bullshit, and all negativity will start. You know, guys, when you start a project, first 2, 3 guys, you have this beautiful energy, and you do something, and then other people creep in, and then turns into something else, and after a while, you guys who originally started it, you keep on fighting to remain there, but the energy is so bad and so much bullshit that you're reluctantly leaving the project and leaving everything to them. One of them was Illuminati, other guys there being just dogs, doing whatever he said, not even knowing, which is perfect for Illuminati, of course. But let's go back to the friendship and understanding. So this is Saleh. When we met, it was in 2008. I was into conspiracy research. All I knew was from the internet, something from my experience, not that much. We liked to smoke joints. We talked. He was the smartest of that group there. And then we talked, but the gap in experience was visible even back then. I had one tour around the world before that, a couple of dozen countries, a couple of dozen loves. He had nothing, but he was smart. And then in 2012, my life is divided in two phases now. Before 2012, before that event with the Illuminati in that hotel by the Old Bears in Amsterdam, when I first time connected, and after that, because my life was never the same. And for Saleh, this is something out of his experience, something he cannot relate to. So people like Saleh, they have two options, believing or disbelieving. If he disbelieves, then his ego stays on a track on which was whole life. And this is what he tells me in his emails. I need to get a job, I need money, I have no time for your bullshit. That's basically it. I need a job, I need the money, money is important, I have no time for your bullshit. And this is simply program speaking, but again, no more understanding. And same goes for Morgellons. It's simply not part of his life experience and doesn't exist, and he does not have consciousness level to understand that such a thing as Morgellons do exist. So for him, they don't exist. And if I say they do exist, if I show my pictures, if I send him reports, that's not going to change his mind because he already has formed opinion. And when people have formed opinion, this is impossible, then it's impossible. You cannot change it. Because whatever you say is reinforcing his ego into stronger aggressive position. So this is the thing with communication with people. When they go into this aggressive phase, absolutely there is nothing you can say because it's a different energy. If it is aggression, then it's evil. And if you try with the kindness to explain it, you can actually calm down the effect of his evil, but it's not going to get with him, of course, because it's already, when you're angry, when you're full of justified anger, you know that you have to kill that person and you have a right. Whatever that person tells you, it just, doesn't really work. So this goes with the Saleh as well. Inability to understand. And that's it. So at the end, friendship is something like this house. It looks simple, but as you can see, it has foundations. It has foundations in this red earth stamped into the ground, and then it has those pillars, part on concrete, part on wood. Everything is on the same level. It must be. Otherwise, it will be impossible to build a house, or very difficult with different terrain, right? So friendship grows on the same terrain. You must be same class, same level. You could be also interest group. You could be class friends. Interest group put in in accordance with the technology. So you are now classmates or factory mates or cubicle mates. But these are technical groups in accordance with the technology. You simply have to deal with the same technological process all the time, and this is bonding you, either as students or as teachers or as engineers. Friendships can happen, but what you have are not friendships. And then you have friendships when you connect soul to soul, or interest to interest, in case of portals, soul to soul in our case. And then you share this intimacy as long as you both feel safe. And when somebody starts to talk about aliens, about Morgellons, about gang stalking, about Illuminati, and this is now another level, and the old friend cannot accept it. So he's ditching you. But it's like a process of growing up, and suddenly number 28, jeans 28 are now small. You have to buy jeans 30 because you're taller, 32, and jeans number 28 simply do not fit anymore. So that's the friendship. It is the house, but at some point that house will simply stop growing, and because one side will figure it out something else and find interest somewhere else. So friendships are attempts to find the truth, to find the spiritual, to find the refuge in others. They can be friendships when you have a friend of the same sex. They can be friendships with the friends of different sex. They can be deeper friendships, like love with Manuela I had once. I had many loves, but only one Manuela. That complete bond and melting and disappearing and feeling incredibly comfortable and safe with that person. Like you could fall asleep forever, waking up energized, happy, purified. Actually, after making love with her, I felt purified. I felt purified. It was so different. Yeah, it was simply a spiritual experience. So yeah, but then for that spiritual experience, with the bondage with another person, you also pay the price. And I will stop here because it's 13:20. If you wonder about my curtain design, I found this house. This is like I also found this in the house. No, like $7. Comes packed like this. I'm changing the subject because I'm just entering into the deepest part of the unknown, which is a bit cold, but if you're looking for the truth in another person, oh boy, you have to put another little thing in calculation. It's actually huge. That person has a shitload of shit, and that person has agendas, and that person has a context. It has a family, it has a friend, it has all these checking lists. And among the friends, definitely gonna be somewhere Illuminati who will insert ideas, and this is how they play with people all the time. And so it's also burden. Physical love, as much as it can give you, it's also a huge burden because your happiness is attached to another person, and that another person, as Manuela, always had very rational control over her feelings.